Hey, my fellow idiots, welcome back to yet another episode of Idiot Proof Cooking. Now, if you're new to the channel, let me introduce myself. My name is Will, and I make simple and easy to follow recipes that I would consider are idiot proof that even an idiot like me can make. So with that in mind, today we're doing a bit of baking. We're going to be making Banoffee Pie. Now, what is Banoffee Pie, you ask? It's a portmanteau for banana toffee pie, and it's literally that. Banana with toffee, or more specifically, Dolce De Leche. And it is so damn good and super easy to make. So let's get into making it. Okay, so to make Banoffee Pie, we're going to start the night before. What we're going to do is make the Dolce De Leche, and in order to do so, we need to get a large pot of water boiling, and then we're going to drop in two 14-ounce cans of sweetened and condensed milk. Now, obviously, take off the wrappers off your cans of condensed milk. You don't want the wrappers in the boiling water. And then once you strip the wrappers off, you're going to slowly lower the cans into the boiling water, and we're going to let these boil for the next 2 to 3 hours, and this is going to caramelize the milk inside the cans and turn it into Dolce De Leche. Now, you can just buy store-bought Dolce De Leche. That's going to be fine. If you want to do that, that'll definitely save you some time. But yeah, boil the cans for 3 hours. Now, you'll obviously have to top up the water a couple of times due to evaporation, but after about 3 hours, kill the heat on your boiling water and carefully lift the hot cans of Dolce De Leche out, and then let them cool down for a couple hours, ideally overnight though. Then once the next day has come, it's time to start assembling our pie, and we're first going to make our graham cracker crust. So get out your food processor and throw in enough graham crackers that you can get 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. It'll be around 10 to 12 sheets of graham crackers. So just pour them all into your food processor, then firmly affix your lid, and it's time to start processing these. So all you're going to do is process them for like 45 seconds to a minute until you get a very nice fine crumb with no large pieces left in it. Once that's done, take the lid off of your food processor, and we're going to start adding in some sugar. So to be exact, 1/3 of a cup of white granulated sugar, pour that into the food processor. Next in is a pinch of kosher salt, about a half teaspoon's worth, and then we're going to add in 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter, pour that in as well, and then from there we're going to add the lid back onto our food processor, and we're going to blend this all together for about a minute, maybe 2 minutes, until everything is combined together. Look at that, we have the starts of a graham cracker crust. Now it's going to be wet enough that when you squish it in your hands it forms together, but it's still pretty crumbly. That's the consistency you're looking for. Now once that's all mixed together, get yourself out a 9-inch pie plate, and we're going to pour all of our graham cracker crumbs into it. Make sure to scrape out any leftover crumbs left in the processor. And then we're going to get a ramekin, or really any kind of flat-bottomed utensil, and we're going to start pressing out the graham crackers into the pie plate to form our crust. So press them down and up along the sides like I'm doing here to form a crust along the bottom and up the walls of the pie plate. Look at that. Now you want to be nice and careful because these are pretty crumbly, so it's going to take a little bit of finesse. But once you have pressed it all together, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to bake the crust for about 8 to 10 minutes until it comes out nice and golden brown and looking something like that. Oh, it smells great already, like just the smell of graham cracker wafting through the house. It smells awesome. But anyways, we're going to let this cool down for about half an hour before we continue on. After it has cooled down, it's time to get out our Dolce De Leche that we made yesterday. So here, let's crack open the can and I'll show you what it looks like. So look at that golden brown caramel. Look at how gorgeous that is. That's what you get when you boil it for 3 hours. You can boil it for less time and it'll be a little bit more runny and not as golden brown. So I'd recommend boiling it for the full 3 hours. But anyways, pour the entire 14-ounce can of Dolce De Leche into your pie crust. Spread it around until it's even with your offset spatula. Give it a quick taste test. It tastes amazing. And then it's time to start adding in some bananas. So we're going to use anywhere between 2 and 3 bananas. So like 2.5 fairly large bananas. And I'm just going to cut them up with my paring knife here. Just cut them into, medium slices. Not too thin, not too thick. I mean, I guess you could use thick slices of banana if you want. You would just end up using more bananas to cover the entire pie. But anyways, once you have sliced up your bananas, just start laying them down on top of the Dolce De Leche. And you want to make sure that every square inch is covered with banana. Now, if you have a 3-year-old overseeing the operation, they may sneak a couple pieces of banana, but you account for that in the amount of bananas you slice. Now that the bananas are laid down, I am going to add on an additional layer of Dolce De Leche. So I'm going to use the second 14-ounce can of Dolce De Leche, and I'm going to put it on top of my bananas, and again, just spread it out. So we're going to have pie crust, then Dolce De Leche, then banana layer, then more Dolce De Leche. This is going to be super rich, super decadent, but I think it's going to be amazing. From there, we're just going to pop this in the fridge for a couple of minutes while we make the final layer, the whipped cream topping. So into a large mixing bowl goes a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar and then 2 cups of heavy cream. So pour all of that in, and then we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla paste or vanilla extract, whatever you have, and then we're going to start whipping this together. So use your electric mixer, and you're going to just mix this all together, beat it together for about 6 to 7 minutes until it forms whipped cream. Now with the beaters, obviously Rose is demanding one, so there you go, Rosie, and the other one is for me. And let me tell you, that whipped cream is absolutely delicious. So let's set that aside for a moment and bring back the pie, and it's time to start topping this. Now, there's no call to be sparing here. In fact, I think you should be the opposite of sparing and throw the entire bowl of whipped cream on top. That's what I'm going to do anyway, so I would recommend you do the same too. So I'm just going to spoon it all on top here, and then what I'm going to do is use my spatula just to spread it out, make the whipped cream a little bit more swirly, give it a little bit of a decorative look to it, just, you know, put a little bit of effort into how it looks. There we go, that looks pretty good. And then one final step, I'm just going to throw some chocolate shavings on top for a little contrast and for flavor, obviously, too. I just shaved some semi-sweet baker's chocolate, so sprinkle a little bit of that on. But there we go, we've got a banoffee pie. Look at how gorgeous that looks. So let's stick this in the fridge just to let it cool down for maybe an hour or two before we cut into it. But after about an hour and a half, I can't wait anymore. I want to get into this. And let me tell you, Rose was bugging me. She wanted to get into it too. So let's cut ourselves off a piece here. Just be careful because it is a pretty loose pie compared to some of them. We're just going to carefully lift it out. I'm going to just lift it out with my offset spatula here. And there we go. Look at the different layers. Look at that. But you know what? Let's just get into taste testing this because it smells amazing. And wow, was this good. Wow, it was so sweet but so delicious. It was super rich. You know, I could only eat one piece of it, but damn was it good. It was just so amazing. The bananas and the Dolce De Leche and the whipped cream, just absolutely perfect. Give it a try at home if you've never tried this before. If you've never made it, I think you'll really like it. But anyways, let's call it an episode, so I hope you like what you saw here today. If you did, why don't you drop me a comment, like the video, or even subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching Idiot Proof Cooking, and we'll see you again soon.